Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and I'm the Dallas Manager of Organizational Change for West Monroe. I've been consulting for 8 years now, and I came directly from college where I got a degree in engineering. When I was in school, in engineering school, I had never heard of consulting as a career before. And then high school, middle school, had never heard of consulting. I just kind of stumbled into it actually. I was at an engineering career fair, handing out my resume to all of the engineering firms that I knew and had heard about as I was getting my education. And I ran into a recruiter for a consulting firm. And I walked up to him. I said, "I'm sorry, I have no idea what you do. What is a consultant?" And he kind of explained the job to me, and I thought that sounds really cool. I could do that, and I applied, was accepted, and here I am 8 years later. Um, Consulting is the business of problem solving. So we hire smart people from all walks of life, because when you have a hard problem, you need people who think in lots of different ways to solve that problem. Actually, when I was recruited, my starting class of new consultants had a rocket scientist and a ballerina. So very different people who thought in very different ways. And it just goes to show that consultants were not really looking for someone with a specific degree, not a specific background or education, so much as someone with, we're looking for people with a broad range of experience and have very different ways of thinking so that we can bring all of that together to kind of solve these complex problems that our clients have. Because our clients wouldn't come out to a consultant and say, "Hey, we have a very easy problem that we would like to pay you to solve." Of course, if they've got a problem that's so hard that they need us to come in and solve it, it's going to be a very complex problem. On a normal day, what do I do as a consultant? I meet with executives and vice presidents of my client companies, and I just listen to them. I talk to them about what problems they're experiencing at work and try to come up with steps and actions that they can take and that I can help them take that will help them solve their problems. My specialty is in organizational change, and that means I help companies that are going through huge changes that affect every part of their business. For instance, if you take a company like McDonald's, everyone knows McDonald's. And a couple of years ago, McDonald's started adding computer ordering system to their stores. So maybe you've seen it these days where you go into a McDonald's and they have the cashier off to the side like normal, but now they've got these computers where you can walk up and they have a touch screen and you can type in your order. You never have to talk to the cashier. So when McDonald's was installing those systems, that was an organizational change. They had to think about, do we need the same number of cashiers at the front of our store if we have these computers? Are people going to instantly know how to use these computers, or should we show them in commercials? Should we train our people in how to use them as well, so that if a customer has problems, someone from our store can walk out and show them how they're supposed to be using the computer and help them along? So training and communication and everything that goes into this big change is what I would help my client through. So that is how I work organizational change as a consultant. I would say my most exciting project in consulting was actually when I was with a company that was based in England, or my client was based in England. I live in Dallas, and this client was in a city called Derby, England. And I actually got to travel and live in England for 6 months to help this company install a new computer system, which was super cool. So besides the cool fact that I was in England and buying things using pounds as currency, and everyone had these really cool English accents. Besides all of that, every Friday when I got done with work for the week, I would buy a plane ticket and fly somewhere else in Europe for the weekend. Um, it was definitely a life experience that I will never forget. Once you get over the Atlantic, from Dallas over the Atlantic into England, then you realize Europe is very small compared to the US. And so all of those cool cities are an hour flight away from London. So I went to Rome and Paris and Barcelona and Prague and Berlin, just all of the cool cities you always hear about, and you never really get to go to because you live in Dallas so far away. So that was one of the life experiences I'll always remember, and I never would have had the opportunity to do that if I was not a consultant who works with people all over the world to solve their complex problems. And that's why 8 years later, I am still a consultant. I still think it was the best career choice for me. And at your age, I never even heard of it. So you're getting a leg up now where you can look into this career and maybe get yourself there a lot sooner than I did. So thank you for watching.